Hello, everyone. Today is day 4 of Diddy's trial, and it was mentioned Cassie wants to put the trial behind her, and she has no plans of talking about her relationship with Diddy ever again, which makes sense because prior to her lawsuit, she never spoke about their relationship. So I don't expect her to talk about it in the future. She probably has PTSD, and from what I have read, she has gone to therapy. But if a journalist ever had the chance, there are questions I would like the answers to. I have learned in the past that every now and then adults need an advocate that cares about them. Sometimes you need an advocate when you're in the hospital, when you're in a situation where you have no knowledge of what is going on. So, what I really want to know is Cassie signed the record deal at 18. The first album was released at 19. Where was her parents? Where was her father? Does she have an older brother? Does she have an uncle? You have to admit that other singers like Beyonce had parents who were involved um, in the beginning when they were in their teens and early 20s. If Cassie was my daughter, I want to know where is the second album. I would be saying, look, you are not here for Diddy. You are here to focus on your career. It doesn't make sense that she signed a 10 album deal and only made one album. And nobody had her best interest in mind. Nobody asked. I'm not expecting Diddy and his team to ask, where is Cassie's team in the beginning of her career? Another thing is the entire hotel video has been released to the public, all 15 minutes. The video shows that after Diddy physically assaulted Cassie, a guy with a talkie and two housekeepers went to Diddy's room. So if I am a security guard and I am stuck in a room looking at surveillance TV screens, I see a man physically assaulting a woman. My question is, did anyone call the police? That is a crime. What we saw is not a toxic, passionate, jealous relationship. That is a crime. This is what the defense team is trying to prove, that this was a toxic, passionate, jealous relationship. That's not what I saw in the video. I saw a crime being committed. Next, when Cassie revealed this week that she had many uterine tract infections due to the freak offs, it is only by luck that she was able to have children, because recurrent UTIs can lead to a woman being infertile. And you don't have to believe me, you can ask a doctor. And another reason, and here's the thing, a reason why I am not part of the public that is siding with Diddy is because I don't have a reason to side with Diddy. We have online reports where, and I'm quoting, Diddy has a long forgotten legal track record. His legal history is extensive. These include 3 arrests, 2 guilty pleas, and more than 24 lawsuits alleging wrongful death, violence, harm, and threats over 30 years. Diddy denies wrongdoing, end quote. I want to end this video with something I want everyone to keep in mind, because domestic violence is one of the oldest crimes in the world, and it's not going anywhere. And it happens every day, and for some reason, society does not learn from the past. Something happens, and the public, society, forget about it the next day. I used to work at a welfare office for 9 years, and some welfare recipients are also DV victims. And when people ask, why does a woman stay in an abusive relationship for so long? Why doesn't she leave? A domestic violence case can easily turn into a homicide case. Let me repeat that. A domestic violence case can easily turn into a homicide case. We got videos on YouTube, videos of news reports where a woman was murdered by an ex. an ex-boyfriend, an ex-husband. There was a case years ago. A TV actor was found guilty of murdering his wife. What I saw in the hotel surveillance video was a crime being committed where it could have easily taken a turn for the worse. Because if you leave, it is possible you can lose your life. Again, a DV case can turn into a homicide case. We got proof on the internet also that some mass murderers have a history of domestic violence. So there is a link between domestic violence and people who commit mass shootings. So we can't sleep on domestic violence. And again, we got to stop victim blaming, and we got to stop getting amnesia when it comes to people with a history record.